Hello, I'm Jashikins, and welcome to another episode of Jash Reads. Tonight, we continue reading Chapter 3 from Mockingjay by Susan Collins. I wait so they can make their sounds of relief, congratulate, slap one another on the back. Coin stays as impassive as ever, watching me, unimpressed. But I have some conditions. I smooth out the list and begin. My family gets to keep our cat. My tiniest request sets off an argument. The Capitol rebels see this as a non-issue. Of course I could keep my pet. While those from 13 spell out what extreme difficulties this presents. Finally, it's worked out that we'll be moved to the top level, which has the luxury of an 8-inch window above ground. Buttercup may come and go to do his business. He will be expected to feed himself. If he misses curfew, he will be locked out. If he causes any security problems, he'll be shot immediately. That sounds okay. Not so different from how he's been living since we left. Except for the shooting part. If he looks too thin, I can slip him a few entrails, provided my next request is allowed. I want to hunt with Gale out in the woods, I say. This gives everyone pause. We won't go far. We'll use our own bows. You can have the meat for the kitchen. At Gale, I hurry on before they can say no. It's just, I can't breathe shut up here like a... I would get better, faster if I could hunt. Plutarch begins to explain the drawbacks here. The dangers, the extra security, the risk of injury. But Coin cuts him off. No, let them. Give them 2 hours a day deducted from their training time, a quarter-mile radius with communication units and tracker anklets. What's next? I skim my list. Gale. I'll need him with me to do this. With you, how? Off camera, by your side all times? Do you want him presented as your new lover? Coin asks. She hasn't said this with any particular malice. Quite the contrary. Her words are very matter of fact, but my mouth still drops open in shock. What? I think we should continue the current romance. A quick defection from PETA could cause the audience to lose sympathy for her. Says Plutarch. Especially since they think she's pregnant with his child. Agreed. So, on screen, Gale can simply be portrayed as a failed rebel. Is that alright? Says Coin. I just stare at her. She repeats herself impatiently. For Gale, will that be sufficient? We can always work him in as your cousin. says Fulvia. We're not cousins, Kale and I say together. Right, but we should probably keep that up for appearance's sake on camera, says Plutarch. Off camera, he's all yours. Anything else? I'm rattled by the turn in the conversation, the implications that I could so readily dispose of Peeta, that I'm in love with Gale, that the whole thing has been an act. My cheeks begin to burn in the very notion that I'm devoting any thought to who I want presented as my lover, given our current circumstances, is demeaning. I let my anger propel me into my greatest demand. When the war is over, if we've won, Peeta will be pardoned. Dead silence. I feel Gale's bite tense. I guess I should have told him before. I wasn't sure how he'd respond. Not when it involves Peeta. No form of punishment will be inflicted. I continue. A new thought occurs to me. The same goes for the other captured tributes, Johanna and Inobaria. Frankly, I don't care about Inobaria, the vicious District 2 tribute. In fact, I dislike her, but it seems wrong to leave her out. No, says Coin flatly. Yes, I shoot back. It's not their fault you abandoned them in the arena. Who knows what the capital's doing to them? They'll be tried with other war criminals and treated as the tribunal sees fit, she says. They'll be granted immunity. I feel myself rising from my chair, my voice full and resonant. You will personally pledge this in front of the entire population of District 13 and the remainder of 12. Soon, today, it will be recorded for future generations. You will hold yourself and your government responsible for their safety, or you'll find yourself another Mockingjay. My words hang in the air for a long moment. That's her! I hear Fulvia hiss to Plutarch. Right there, with the costume, gunfire in the background, just a hint of smoke. Yes, that's what we want, says Plutarch under his breath. I want to glare at them, but I feel it would be a mistake to turn my attention from Coin. I can see her tallying the cost of my ultimatum, weighing it against my possible worth. What do you say, President? Asks Plutarch. You could issue an official pardon given the circumstances. The boy, he's not even of age. All right, Coin says finally. But you'd better perform. I'll perform when you've made the announcement. I say. Call a National Security Assembly during reflection today, she orders. I'll make the announcement then. Is there anything left on your list, Katniss? My papers crumbled into a ball in my right fist. I flattened the sheet against the table and read the rickety letters. Just one more thing. I kill Snow. For the first time ever, I see the hint of a smile on the president's lips. When the time comes, I'll flip you for it. Maybe she's right. I certainly don't have the sole claim against Snow's life, and I think I can count on her getting the job done. Fair enough. Coin's eyes have flickered to her arm, the clock. She, too, has a schedule to adhere to. I'll leave her in your hands then, Plutarch. She exits the room, followed by her team, leaving only Plutarch, Fulvia, Gale, and myself. And that's the end of this part. Woot! Oh, God. I don't know if the little mic in the laptop picked it up, but near the end there, Silene over there was like gnawing at her a little honey tree on the side of her cage. So if you heard any crunching coming from that area, that's what it is. So just one more night and then we get finished with chapter 3. And also tomorrow night, the blooper reel will be released. Yeah, nice blooper reel. Woo woo, yay, woo woo, yay. Okay. It's just out. So, I won't give my comments about this chapter until I actually finished it. But if you want to start a comment, if you want to start a discussion in the comments section of this video, please do. Just remember the rules that no big spoilers. You can spoil everything from the Hunger Games and Catching Fire, since this is the 3rd book in the trilogy, so it's like sort of be expected. So, and if you want to do any, and I'd prefer you'd only comment about where we're currently at in this dramatic reading of Mockingjay, but if you are to comment on things that happen later in the book, only minor spoilers, not like, oh, this character dies in this fashion, oh my god. It can be like, hey, this character gets this position. Oh, yay. And if you're watching this dramatic reading and you're like, oh my god, this doesn't really start off like the book, and reading the book, like the movie. Yeah, there's differences. And like the movie is an adaptation, this dramatic reading is an adaptation. Even though I'm reading words off the page, I am making my choice in how to inflect, how and when to put pauses in that aren't, necessarily in the actual text. So if you do want to read the book Mockingjay for that reason, or because you just want to see what happens next and you don't want to wait for the next part of this dramatic reading, there's the link underneath the video, and if you're watching this on my blog, it'll be right on the bottom of the post after the blooper reel. And you click the link there, or if you're on my blog the ad, and you can click the link and buy the book. And besides you buying a nice copy of this awesome book, it will also help support me and my nice blogging lifestyle. Maybe I can even expand on my hats. And here comes the part of the video where we take a shot. Now, for those of us who drink, grab the nearest alcohol to you, beer, wine, or whatever, or get your favorite alcoholic beverage. And if you do not drink for any various reason, get a drink of water, hot chocolate, milk, whatever. And mind you, when I say a shot, it can just be like a little sip or a gulp of whatever you're drinking. So, I'm just going to give another shout out to Silene. She's terminally ill, so hopefully she's a fighter, so here's to Silene. And in the near future, I'm going to see about testing later of her being out of the cage here. But I'm really concerned about because she might hurt herself flying around if she does. And I am short, and there are places here where I'll need like a little ladder to reach. And until next video, goodbye.